All right, all right, all right. We in the house tonight. Say what? Say it again. Welcome to the show. And I got my fellas with me. Mr. Cowboys fan,
What up? What
James
up?
himself.
How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, Avery? What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, family? Hope everybody having a good Tuesday. I'm tired, but hey, let's get this right.
You ain't got your tacos. You ain't got your tacos with you. Oh man, this man got the nerve to have his hat on. Man.
I swear, people run their lists like their team has done anything in the last 20-something.
All right, so like I said, my man got the nerve to have a hat on. Here we go. What's up? What's up, Chuck? Man, tell Caleb I say happy birthday. Happy birthday, to Chuck,
Caleb. Oh yeah,
Caleb.
Appreciate it, man.
Man, nobody. He talking about quit cursing children watching. Who cursed?
Just finished up.
Oh, did I say dolphins? That's a curse word. All right, so we got some special guests today, man. We got my guy from the real deal, Damian Adams. What's going on, Damian?
Chilling, man. I'm a big fan of the show. Glad to be back on again, man. Always a pleasure.
Oh, appreciate you, man.
What's going on, man?
And last but not least, we got Avery's best friend, Danny Thompson from Beyond the Buzzer. What's up, Danny?
Fellas? What's up, fellas? Chuck, tell your son happy birthday, by the way.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Danny, you got something for Avery tonight, man? A little something.
We're only 3 minutes in the show, man. Let's
I haven't said one word. I haven't said one. I'm gonna let them talk. Go ahead, man. I haven't said one word.
We got 3 minutes. We're 3 minutes in the show. I got plenty of them. I got plenty.
You got plenty? All right, cool. All right, so look, man, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump right into this thing, man. We ain't gonna waste too much time on it. But we got the AFC East. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that first. Chuck, since you got that, well, no, we're gonna go to a different team first. We'll come right back to Miami, man. We most definitely will.
Got you.
What the heck is going on up in here? Oh, there we go. All right, now we in business. All right, so the New England Patriots. Pretty good. They had a down season last year, especially for them. They've been doing pretty good lately, but not last season. All right, so Danny, what you got for New England? What you think their record would be?
It's gonna be. I think.
Yeah, I'm about to share it now.
All right,
go ahead, Dan.
I gotta see the schedule first because the one thing about the Patriots is that it's hard to gauge only because it's only a matter of time when Mac Jones is going to take over. It could be as early as week 1. It could be week 4 because Cam Newton can't seem to figure out like how to kind of maneuver through the COVID protocol. So I'm saying 7-10, no better than 8-9.
So if you had to fall on your sword, which one would it be?
I'm gonna say 8-9.
8-9. All right, Danny, 8-9. Got you down. All right, what you got, James?
I go 9-8. It just depends. They still technically haven't, who's the starting quarterback yet. Like you said, like Danny said, Cam Newton for some reason, bro. Him and this COVID just ain't mentioned. But they did go out and spend a lot of money on them tight ends, which is going to help out the offense a lot. And their defense is definitely coming back, so I think it's going to be a top 10 defense. So I go 9-8. It's just going to be the quarterback situation. If Cam Newton had to look over his shoulder the whole season, I think Belichick like Jones. So yeah, I go 9-8.
Got you. What you got, Avery?
I'm a believer in Belichick, so I'm gonna go 10-7. I think they'll get the first win with the Dolphins, but they always end up losing against the Dolphins at the end of the year. I think they won't lose to the Jets. I agree with James. I think their defense is back. As long as they don't turn the football over and hopefully they get short fields, they'll be fine. So I'm gonna go 10-7. I'm a believer in them, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna most definitely go 9-8. I was looking at their schedule, in which I'm not opposed to what Avery said either, but the way I see it is I think they'll beat Jacksonville. They probably split with Miami. Yeah, it might split with Miami, but I think they could split with Miami. I think they can get the Falcons, the Bengals, the Chargers, maybe the Panthers, the Jets. You think they can get Buffalo?
Yeah, it's a division game. Yeah, I think they can get Buffalo.
The Texans, the Jets, and maybe the Saints. 9-8, 10-7. I get what you're saying. I'm right there with you, Avery. What you got, Damian?
I'm going 10-7. I'm a believer in Belichick as well. You talk about the money they spent in the offseason. We all made the jokes about them giving that STEMI package. So I think that STEMI package is going to come into handy for Bill Belichick. And I think Cam Newton's going to have a good year. He's playing for another team, basically. He's playing to prove himself for next year, for another team to pick him up. And I think he's going to have ball out this year. And that defense is going to be better with all the players they get coming back from COVID protocol from last season. So I can see them contending for a playoff spot at 10-7 this year.
Now, this your division, Chuck. What you think?
I agree with Avery and Damian. I gave them 10-7. I agree. I think they'll probably split with us. Avery hit it on the point. For some reason, at the end, we seem to beat them all the time. They smack us in the beginning of the year. I don't think the Jets will beat them. I think their defense, is if they got everybody back, because they lost a lot because of COVID. I think to me they're elite if they get their entire defense back. I think that was the major issue. I'm with Damian. They beat the Jets. They beat the Texans. The Cowboys is a tricky game for me. I'm not sure how that can go. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Panthers. The Browns game is tricky. They beat the Falcons. So I think they get a lot of wins. To me, I know we pick at them. The weapons that they picked up are not elite, but now they have enough decent weapons where they can throw the ball around. So I don't think they have nobody elite, but I think they have enough in every area where they'll be formidable.
I definitely get what you're saying, man. Now next to the Jets, I do not have an image of their schedule for whatever reason. I could not find one. Maybe they didn't put it out on purpose. I don't know. But
you said for who?
For the Jets, but it doesn't. I mean, I can tell you what the games are. I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
but they play the Panthers week 1, then they play the Patriots, then they play the Broncos, then they play the Titans, then they play at the Falcons, they play at home versus New England, then they play the Bengals, the Colts, the Bills, Miami, the Texans, the Eagles, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Buccaneers, and they finish at home with the Buffalo Bills.
So they're playing the NFC South, and what's the AFC they're playing?
NFC South, and they playing the AFC South? AFC South.
Okay.
They're playing the South divisions. So you said, Damian, I'm sorry, Chuck. What'd you say, Chuck? 10-7?
10-7, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So what you got for the Jets, Danny?
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be real ugly. To be honest with you, I don't think the Jets might not win a game until probably Halloween. That's how bad this thing is going to be. I don't see them winning any of the first 6 games. I don't. A brand new quarterback, the first 6, they're going to go 0-6.
Let me see what they got.
I'm
with you, bro. I'm with you.
Carolina's the only winnable game they have. But
you don't think that Broncos game is winnable?
No, because the Broncos have a defense.
Yeah.
The Broncos they're going to pressure. And they're gonna beat Zach Wilson into submission in that game probably. I think they don't win the first 6 games. I think the first one will be against the Bengals because it's the Bengals. Man, 4-13 sounds right.
Dang, you gave him more than what I'm probably about to get behind.
Because what's going to happen is I think they'll end up beating the Jaguars late in the season. Somehow they'll end up beating the Dolphins. Because the Dolphins will somehow find a way to lose that game. They'll win a game they're not supposed to win. I think the Dolphins will be that one game they're not supposed to win. And something tells me they'll win a COVID game here and there. So I think 4-13 sounds.
So they don't have a chance versus.
Go ahead. That's a winnable game. But it's the Jets. Does anything sound winnable?
What about you don't think they could beat the Falcons?
No.
Man, they smacking the Falcons. Man.
I ain't put on you, but I don't know about your Falcons right now. Like, for real.
We'll get to them later.
All right.
So you said 4-13. That's pretty generous, man. I'm gonna go 2-15, man. You know what? They got our old defensive coordinator. I give him one more win. 3-14. What you got, James?
I'm with Danny. 4-13. I think they'll pull up. I think they could beat Houston, Jacksonville, and the Bengals. And I think they'll slip up and get another game here. Hopefully against the Eagles. That'd be nice. So I'm gonna say 4-13.
Hey man,
Only reason against the Eagles because they're in our division. Yes, that's it.
You stay taking shots at the Eagles, man.
Yeah, I want not just because I want everybody losing our division, so we can win. So,
I got you.
4-13.
What you got, Avery?
I agree with Danny. I'm just gonna give him 5-12. I just think I like Salah. I like your old defensive coordinator. I think they're gonna have the defense ready. I agree with Danny 100%. They're gonna find a way to win a game or two, and I think just because of defense, they got a couple of free agent weapons on the outside. 5-12, man. I know I'm pushing it. I'm putting prayers, but I mean, Houston was the Eagles, Jaguars. And then they're gonna get somebody in division. I don't know if it's gonna be the Dolphins. I don't know if it's gonna be Buffalo. I don't even know if it's gonna be New England because they play New England tough too. So, but I think they'll get 5. I think they'll get 5-12.
I got you. What you got, Damian?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5-12. I can see them beating Atlanta, but that's a tough game because it's in London. So it depends on, either team, how they show up in that one. I can see them beating Cincinnati in that game. Yeah. Houston, Philly, and Jacksonville. So I can see them winning those 5 games.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. So you got 5-12 along with Avery, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What you got, Chuck?
Oh, I think I'm on the Avery and Damian train. I got 5-12 as well. I think they could sneak out some wins, man. I think again. They have nothing elite, but I think now that you have Crowder, Cole, Berrios, we'll see what Tevin Campbell can do behind the line, if he can do anything. If Zach Wilson cannot turn the ball over, I think they're gonna win 5 games. I give them 5-12 too.
That ain't. Hey, they being disrespectful, man, to Philly, man. I'm just. But hey, you never know. All right, so Miami Dolphins. How about them Dolphins, man? I got your thing coming right up, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do. All right, so Chuck, how'd y'all finish the year last year?
Last year I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 10-6.
Yeah,
I want to say 10-6. It was 10-6 last year.
I felt like y'all was a
playoff
team.
Lord have mercy.
And I don't think that was expected by many. What you got? What you got, Danny?
It's hard to choose. It's hard to look at the Dolphins only because Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the quarterback. I don't know what to get from Tua, but it's good that Tua they have weapons on the outside. I think a year in development. And I will say this, it might look daunting down the stretch with the Jets, Saints, Titans in New England, but something tells me that week 16 game or 17 game against Tennessee might be resting starters, which means I think the Dolphins might win that game in the second to last week of the season. I got them at 10-7. They might be 11-6, but 10-7 sounds like the right number. I think they get off to a really good start. Even if they don't win, the momentum's there. I say 10-7, and Tua's a lot better than people expect. He'll be a lot better than people expect.
I'm gonna go 10-7 as well. I think they'll be fine. I think that'll be good enough to perhaps get them in the playoffs this year, though, because they were real close last year. What you got, Avery?
Tua had a good week last week, and he had to bounce back. He didn't look good his first week, so I'm with Danny on this one. I'm a believer in Tua too. I've told Charles that last year. I agree with Charles. They should have benched Fitzpatrick for Tua, but you knew that was a plan down the line. But I got to stay with him. I'm actually going to go 11-6.
So does anybody know why they benched him? Y'all think maybe they promised Tua that once his shoulder or whatever was hurt was 100%
like Tyrus, what's the rush? Like what is the rush? You already drafted him. He was already injured. I don't understand why you had to throw him in there. Like, you can sit him for a year.
Because Fitzpatrick can't last the whole season.
Well, you didn't give him opportunity, but you didn't give him opportunity to. Yeah. I mean, I get you, man. His pass doesn't look good.
At some point, Ryan Fitzpatrick is good. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the best 7-week starter in the NFL because after 7 weeks, it goes all downhill at that point. And I think at some point, you drafted this kid, you traded the draft capital, you've been basically tanking for him for over almost 2 years to get him. At some point, you got to play him. It was time. And Fitzpatrick wasn't coming back,
and that's fine. But they're making like if you don't play him until the next year, like it's a death sentence. Like the staff, the coaching staff don't get fired. I don't understand it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, for that circumstance, I would have sat him the rest of the year and to see what happened with Fitzpatrick, and then evaluate him after. Because I don't think he was ready last year at all.
This was my issue with it. I didn't mind them putting him in, but once you put him in, you gotta go through the fire. Don't bring him back out after he starts struggling.
Yeah. With that one with the bench, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So that was the part that was like didn't make sense to me, because once you put him out there, you're saying you the guy. This your squad now. But then he get in trouble and you pull him out the game for Fitzpatrick come in and save him. So I think that was a little messed up, and that kind of messed with his head a little bit last year. So hopefully this year he's ready to go. He knows, like, I'm not going to get pulled out if I struggle a little bit.
So what you got, Damian?
I'm going to go 10-7 as well. They do have a rough schedule a little bit to start off with. I can see them going 0-2 easily with the Patriots and the Bills. Then you got the Colts right there after the Raiders. So they can start off 1-3, and then you got the Bucks. So they could easily start 1-4 looking at the start of the season.
Wow,
then they had to climb their way out of that hole. So I can see them going 10-7, but it's a tough hill to climb after those first 5 weeks.
They got a tough schedule in general, because right after they play the Bucks, they got you got the next 3 out of 4 games are pretty easy. Yeah. Jags, Texans, and the Falcons. And then they have the Bills, which is another tough game. But like I said, it's a division game. Then you got the Ravens. Wow. So, all right. What you got, James?
Like Damian said, man, that beginning of the schedule, they possibly can go 0-5, man. It depends with the Colts if they get wins back. But in Las Vegas, that's a West Coast game, and they're on the East Coast, so that time zone different. So, but then they way out. It's just on tour, man. So with y'all, I'm gonna go 10-7, but it's all on tour, man. If you can start off good, they'll be all right. Cause their team is on paper, it's nice, man. They got a nice team, but it's all on tour, man. Everybody know that.
Defense is good.
Yeah.
All right. What you got?
I think Will Fuller, is he suspended?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Is Fuller suspended?
No, he hurt.
He hurt?
Parker hurt too, ain't he?
No.
Parker hurt too?
Not right now.
Big.
Not right now. About time.
At least Fuller got his injury out the way now instead of later on in the season.
What'd you say?
At least Fuller's hurt now instead of later on.
Right. Him and Parker, boy, they're the most hurting receivers I've ever seen in my life.
They get hurt, bro.
They get hurt, man.
Yes.
It's funny. Go ahead and get the injury out the way now.
Right. But you give up Jarvis Landry. Don't make sense to me.
Yeah. All right, what you got, Chuck?
I think Damian's first statement hit it on the head. We're a hard team to judge because you kind of don't know what you're gonna get at times. I think the key is you guys hit it. We got to be healthy, man. Like last year, we were beat up. Some key members, even Jasicki got hurt a couple games last year. So, I'm gonna go 11-6 because I just believe in us. I think we'll have another good year. I'm gonna give Tua the benefit of the doubt, even though I'm a tough critic on him. But I think if we stay healthy, I think our defense and special teams can continue to be effective like they was last year. They won a lot of games for us last year. Defense,
for sure.
So if we can get some of them turnovers and do those things that we've done, I believe we can make some noise. But I'm gonna disagree with Damian slightly. I get it. You put Tua in, but it might be the fan and the bias that's coming out of me, but I think if he's struggling to the point where he can't move the ball downfield and it's about to cost you games, and you're a playoff potential team, and I think I think you got to put Fitz in those games. I mean, he won those games when he came in. My issue with the sub at the beginning of the season was when he did it. To me, do it when Fitz was struggling. You waited till he went on the road and then made the change. If you was going to make the change, make it. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, our first 3 games, I think we 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. But you waited till he ran off about 2 or 3 straight games, and then you make the move. Why not make it when, we're finally rolling now, leave it alone. But so I don't like when they did it. If you were going to do it, I felt like you should have did it, the first couple of games when we were losing. So that was my issue with it.
Yeah, that's your boy Danny. I think it was predetermined, Chuck. I honestly do, man. I just, for some reason, something just tells me that I think it was just predetermined. Like they had already determined, like this is what we're doing for whatever reason. I don't know the reasoning, but I just feel like they felt like at this particular time, this is when they was going to put him in. Like Avery said, why you rushing it? I don't know, but
right. I got you.
Can I ask you a question, Chuck?
Yes, sir.
Well, is it playoff or bust for Tua this year? Like with the talent you guys have around Tua, with that defense, that special teams, if he doesn't make the playoffs or doesn't lead you guys to the playoffs, are you looking for a new QB?
I got a couple answers for that. Me, I'm not necessarily I ain't really feeling Tua as a, so it's easy for me to say try to get another quarterback and get in, but I don't feel like it's playoff or bust. For the simple fact that we haven't been good for a while. So I don't think that would be fair to him. I'm just being honest. I don't think that would be fair to him to say in his second year there's playoff or bust. Because last year he didn't get to prove that he was the guy anyway, because he kept getting subbed out for Fitz to come in. So I don't think that would be fair to him to give him that expectation. I do think there's a lot of pressure on him because of the season we had last year. So I think people are not expecting us to be great, but they are expecting us to be in the hunt. So I think if we wind up having a worse record than what we have mentioned, then I think he's on the fire. But I think if we can go 9-8, 10-7 around there, not make the playoffs, I think he's okay. But if we mess around and get a 6-11 or something like that, then I think people are going to start kind of looking at him sideways.
Okay. Shout out. What's up, Conway?
Oh, Jared. What up, brother?
What's up, Conway?
Jared, got my boy Cortland out here.
One more before you go, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking this question right here. Who, like in the draft, I don't see anybody better than Tua, and the only people I see you replacing would be Aaron Rodgers. So,
agreed.
You know what I mean? Like you have, to me, like I'm agreeing, like you have to ride, but I don't think you really had a choice.
You don't. There's nobody else out there.
Yeah.
That's why when Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson came up,
right? You got to go get them. But if you don't have them too,
yeah. But and then we got lucky because y'all remember I was fussing about the draft, right? I said we should have got Etienne. You see how that would have worked out? He out for the season, so I'm kind of glad it worked out for us. I still would have, but I kind of felt like in the draft. I know we got Malcolm Brown, but he don't stay healthy. Gaskin don't stay healthy. So I was like, man, I felt like Najee Harris or Etienne was both right there, and we didn't pick either one of them. And I was like, well, I don't quite get it, but it kind of worked out for us. So
I blame that on the Jacksonville offensive line. We'll talk about it another day.
So we'll talk about it later. All right,
we'll talk about that. Go ahead, Tyrus.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the division. Well, which a lot of people would consider the meat and potatoes of the division. The Buffalo, nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills, even though they ain't circled it in a while. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out the way, man. I got a 13-4. That's what I got. So, what you got, Danny?
I agree, 13-4. Josh Allen's poised to have an MVP type of season. Stephon Diggs on the outside. The only thing that can get the Bills' offense in trouble is the fact that Cole Beasley has his whole situation with the COVID protocol. Something tells me he's gonna miss a game or two because of a COVID protocol because he doesn't have the vaccine. The defense is still top notch. They have a stretch where the 3 of the last 4 games are at home, and they're all on that entire division. The entire December stretch is all winnable. It's completely winnable. I don't think there's a stretch.
Really?
There's only one stretch of the season where they can lose back-to-back games all year. So 13-4.
Really, their last 8 games are winnable. That Bucs game would be tough, but
don't be disrespecting my Saints like that, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying it's winnable.
Times already.
Sure. You get the James you had last night, the Saints gonna be all right.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second, though. But yeah, I agree, Avery. I do. That Mark,
Yeah.
Marquez Callaway.
Yeah.
The crazy part is me and Ralph was on the phone yesterday, and he was just talking about Marquez Callaway. I'm like, Marquez Callaway, I don't know nothing about that. And I seen them 2 catch. I said, oh, wow. James, what you got?
I agree. 13-4. That Pittsburgh, they start off, Pittsburgh, Miami, Washington, and Houston. So I think they can get those 4 wins off the gate. But then they play Kansas City and Tennessee away. Of course, I got Kansas City beating them, and they might lose to Tennessee. But after that, they pretty much, got everything in their favor except for that Tampa Bay game. So I got y'all 4.
Got you. What you got, Avery?
I've been on this wagon. I'm not a believer in Josh Allen. He only did it 1 year. He was trash the first year, trash the second year. He did it 1 year. So I got to see. But by the schedule and based on what happened last year, I'm going 12-5.
Damian, what you got?
I got 13-4 as well. When you look at the schedule, man, they're gonna start out strong. Like I can see them easily going 4-0, then losing to the Chiefs, and then run off another 4. Like they're gonna be starting out strong, so it's gonna be hard for them to go below 13-4, 12-5, just based on that start alone. And I think Josh Allen is poised to continue being this great quarterback with Stephon Diggs. Even if Cole Beasley has some nonsense go on, they picked up Emmanuel Sanders. They have the other receiver that was going off in that game with Trubisky when Trubisky was throwing to him. So they got weapons beyond that. So offensively, they're going to be nice. I think they're going to try to emphasize the run a little bit more this year because last year they definitely didn't do it enough. And they got talent at running back to do it. And that defense is good. So 13-4 for sure for me.
Got you. What you got, Chuck?
I'm gonna go 12-5. I think they have a lot of. To me, they have a lot of trap games. I think the Saints, we don't know what's going to happen. The Colts, they played them a while down. They might have Wentz back, or they might be healthy. We don't know what the Colts going to look like. The Colts have a great defense as well. So that can be a game that possibly slip up on them. The Patriots, we don't know. We'll see. So I think they're going to lose maybe 1 or 2 games that they technically shouldn't. So I'm gonna just go 12-5 and go a game underneath y'all.
Is all 3 of they wide receivers in the COVID protocol?
Nah.
No.
Beasley, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, they won't get the vaccine. So they're going to continue to be in that protocol. I mean, that's Cam Newton. I meant to say that Cam Newton going to have problems. He continue to do what he's doing. He's going to be right up out of there. And they probably cut him. But I did one thing before we move on to that part. I'm not worried about Cole Beasley. Who made Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. If he loses Stephon Diggs, then he's going back to year 1, year 2. So I'm not really worried about Cole Beasley. I'm not worried about it. He's the best player. He's the best player on that team. So if he loses that, then it's over.
I think Gabe Davis is going to emerge as a number 2 receiver anyway.
Say it one more time.
Gabe Davis from UCF. He was the slot receiver last year.
Okay.
Big.
You think he can be number 2? You said.
I think if Beasley gets in trouble, because Cole Beasley's best spot is in the slot anyway.
Right.
He's a slot receiver. So you got Davis, I think, is 6'3", 6'4". I watched him at UCF. He's a big kid. He can go get the ball in the red zone. And with Josh Allen's arm, he can catch those long passes from Josh Allen. And like I said, make Cole Beasley basically Wes Welker light.
And then you got Emmanuel Sanders too, correct?
Yeah, I'm about to say you can put Sanders in the slot.
When has Emmanuel Sanders been relevant?
Denver.
How long ago was that?
He played pretty good for us.
No,
he played good.
He played pretty good in San Francisco.
I forgot about the 49ers.
He hasn't been Emmanuel Sanders since
the issue last year was they were depending on him to be a number 1 wide receiver because you can't guard Mike, which you can guard. Most of the season, most of the season last year. So I mean, you had him as a number 1, and then the other guy was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Emmanuel Sanders played well in the few games that Michael Thomas did play last year.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, he's not a number 1 guy. He's a number 2, number 3 guy. So
come on, man. Mike was hurt, man. You tough.
Keep playing Madden.
Mike hurt, man. Go on, man.
Y'all playing Madden too much. What y'all doing?
Nah, he was mad, and he's still salty about that fantasy last year.
That fantasy, that's what I'm mad at.
Number 1 pick. Sorry, Joker. All right, man. Mike, I still love you. Mike, you said, why would I do that to myself? Because you're not productive. Michael Thomas is, especially when they force feeding him the ball.
Yes.
All right. Whatever, man. He's got these NFC South jokers. Now the show begins. All right, Carolina Panthers, boy. Even though, most of us live in Carolina, none of us are Carolina Panther fans. What you got, James?
I don't know, man. I want to see that preseason game. They back up so trash. If anybody get hurt in that team, it's a wrap. So I don't know, man. I go 5-12, I guess.
So they need Sam Darnold, huh?
They need, boy. So trash. I said, come on, man.
Yeah, that's bad. They need
5-12, man. They need Sam Darnold, man. But they got McCaffrey coming back, so yeah, I say 5-12, man.
I never thought I'd say somebody needed him, boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Sheesh. My fault. What was you saying, though, James?
Yeah, 5-12, man.
5-12. Like I said, he got the up close and personal experience last week at the game. Man, I seen you sitting pretty close, man. I think you was on the field playing, man. That's how close you were. So
these bad knees.
All right, 5-12. What you got, Avery?
Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the schedule.
Their schedule don't start off too bad.
I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, I don't know about Dallas. I don't know about Philly, Houston. Those are winnable games. Saints are winnable games. That's a division. So I can't say the only scared team I see is a couple of the Saints twice, but I don't think they're beating the Buccaneers any. Other than that, I don't know.
What about First Cousins in them?
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not. Listen. Ever since Griffin was right, the bruh's trash.
First Cousins trash. Top 10 in almost every cut. Wow.
Yeah, he's trash. You want him on your team? All right.
I would take him, yes, over Jimmy G. Yes,
you're tripping. Yeah. He been to the Super Bowl. Kirk can't move out of the playoffs. All right, cool. Excuse me. Keep going. I'm going 6-11.
So let me ask you a question. You wouldn't take him with the Giants?
No.
Oh.
No.
Ooh.
Come on, man. No.
You're being real critical right now, bro.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins. Listen.
You're being real critical.
You're tripping, bro.
Here it is.
Boy.
I'm taking Kirk Cousins before I'm taking Danny Dimes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's the same. To me, it's the same equivalent to Justin Fields and Andy Dalton. You know what they're going to do. They're not going to do anything different. They do the same. Listen, I'm taking the younger guy. I believe Danny Dimes has the tools. He's not fumbling the football and turning the ball over, but he has the tools.
Yeah, but that's a bad comparison. Andy Dalton ain't on Kirk Cousins' level though.
What's the difference? They don't been to playoff one time. What's the difference? He got a lot of money. What's the difference?
You're right.
Chuck.
No, you're right. Whatever.
7 times, if I'm not mistaken. So
Avery, what's your main issue with Danny Dimes?
Oh, that bro turns ball over.
All right. Kirk Cousins might not get it done, but he don't turn the ball over. That's all y'all need.
Well, guess what? He showed just
you just
sit at home.
Hey, look,
he showed sit at home like we are. So I mean, I don't know the difference.
You just don't like First Cousins. That's all it is.
Danny Dimes has more talent. That's good, right?
What you got, Chuck?
And he also falls in the middle of the football field wide open for a touchdown.
Oh, for sure, yo. I was high about that, man. I said, come on, man. All that top end speed, you fall at the 20-yard line. Come on, man.
That's a career over moment right there.
I threw my hat. Look, when I say that, I threw my hat, man. I said, I'm done with this, man.
You can't get tackled by turf.
For sure.
What you got?
Ain't got nothing to do with that, bro.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm gonna be optimistic, fella. I'm gonna give him, and this is based on the same thing you're saying about Danny Dimes. I feel like if Sam Darnold don't turn the ball over, I think they can be in a lot of games. So I'm gonna be optimistic and give him 7-10. If he don't turn the ball over and Christian McCaffrey can play the whole season, I think they can win some games. I think they can win the Texans game, of course. They can beat the Jets. That Giants game is tricky. They
can beat my team. Yeah,
I think they can beat the Falcons. Even the Cardinals. I'm just saying, on the right day, even the Cardinals. I think they might beat the Cardinals on the right day. I'm just saying because you never know what you get with them either.
Dang. Chuck said optimistic. I thought you was gonna give a better one than that.
It's crazy, man.
James gonna cut me, but if they, you never know the Cowboys either. They might mess around, and knock them off too. So I'm just saying. I think
it's funny how a team just got relevant and they running their list, but that's neither here nor there. My fault, Chuck. Like, this is crazy.
Well, yeah, I'm being optimistic. If everything go right, I'm gonna give them 7 and 10.
Done nothing in 3 decades, but still run his list. Go ahead, Ty.
All right, I'm gonna be very optimistic. I'm actually giving him 9 and 8, man. Woo. And the reason being is this: if Sam Darnold, he finally gets the opportunity around some real weapons behind a decent offensive line with a good running back. I think he has pretty good. I like his weapons. I like Christian McCaffrey. Their defense, I don't know about that, but I think they could possibly go 9 and 8. They're my sleeper team in that division. I think they'll go 9 and 8. Like I told Avery earlier, your first 8 games. What is it? Jets. You could beat them. They could beat the Saints. They can. It's a winnable game. I'm not saying they are. the Texans, the Cowboys, the Eagles. They probably lose the first Cousins. Giants, Falcons, Patriots. We don't know what the Patriots are going to be.
They have a winnable schedule, bro.
They don't have a very bad schedule till it gets to that.
They don't have a bad schedule.
Now, them last 4 games, oh my, sheesh. Bills, Bucks, Saints, Bucks. That's tough. It might be over. It might be over.
Hey, James. Hey, James. Next time you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, put that pacifier back in your mouth. All right, keep going. Keep going, man.
All right, so yeah, like I said, 9 and 8, man. What you got, Danny?
5 and 12.
Come on, man.
5 and 5.
Carolina. Okay, here's the issue I have with Carolina. Their secondary is trash. Okay, outside
they just drafted somebody, correct?
That is true.
Listen, you can draft Jace Horn. You can call Joe Horn. You can call. I don't care.
Hey, watch your mouth about Joe Horn. He from here.
It don't matter. He probably can guard half those guys right now at this point. Carolina's secondary is trash. They can barely rush the passer, and you're now banking on Sam Darnold. Matt Rule is going to die on the cross for Sam Darnold. Instead of taking Justin Fields, they're dying on the cross for Sam Darnold.
They're dying on the cross.
Do you understand how that sounds?
Hey, you gotta die by something. You gotta die by something, right?
Yep, you've been right out the door too. 5 and 12. The one thing, Christian McCaffrey is the one thing, the saving grace. I like DJ Moore. I like Robbie Anderson. They're a dynamic duo. I love them at receiver. The problem is, if your secondary can't stop anybody, Carolina's not scoring 35 points a game in offense. It's just Darnold's not built for that, and they will reap not taking Justin Fields in the first round. So 5 and 12, and that's being generous at this point.
All right, what you got, Damian?
Danny said everything I was going to say. I agree with him totally. That defense is not good at all. I don't see them being able to stop people on a consistent basis enough to win games. I think their offense will do well, especially if you think about those weapons, Christian McCaffrey, Moore. I think Anderson's going to do well. So they have weapons. Offensively, they can score the ball. But defensively, like you said, no rush. So even if the secondary is good, secondary going to be so good for so long if you can't get to the passer. So I think that they're going to struggle on defense because they're young and can't get to the passer. So they're going to have a lot of games where the offense looks good, gets you 31 points, but they lose 35-31, 38-30, games like that. So I could see them going. I'm going to go 5 and 12 as well.
So you think y'all two think with that schedule, based off the schedule, that defense is going to be that bad they can't get at least 7 wins off of that schedule?
Avery, here's a question for you. Name
all NFL teams.
Name 4 players from the Panthers defense. Name them.
It's bad.
It took too long. My point's already.
Man, it's bad. No, I'm just saying, like.
Hey, look, Danny,
I can't name schedules now. Like, it's not.
Danny, I can't name 4 players on your defense.
Ty, I can't name 4 wins you had last year. So stay out.
Wow.
You can now. Hold on, didn't y'all win less games than us?
Weren't you on the Super Bowl the year before?
See what I'm saying, man?
See?
But we went to Super Bowl. This dude, man. This dude's still talking about Jamal Anderson and
your team hasn't won a Super Bowl since Jerry Rice was on your roster.
And you never won one.
And Christian Chandler.
The difference?
Right. Listen,
he's still talking about Tim Dwight and Peerless Price.
Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls the last time y'all won a Super Bowl.
And nobody was playing for nobody last time y'all won one. All right. So
Here we go. I love the Super Bowl chat, bro.
All right, we got the reigning, defending champs. Why are we doing Atlanta last? I don't know. Maybe I bumped my head. All right, so we got the reigning, defending Tampa Bay champs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm gonna get mine out of the way, man. Oh, what the heck do I got? I don't know. I'm gonna go 13-4. Sounds about right to me. All right, what you got, Avery?
Oh man, look, they're gonna lose something.
He's trying to find the losses.
I'm really like Buffalo. I'm looking at the defenses now. Buffalo, Miami, Chicago, and the Patriots.
The Rams.
Oh, okay, the Rams. Okay. I forgot I didn't see it. Everybody else? Look, every time we seen Tampa on the schedule before, right? We said they'll win. I said they can't go on the field. Now look at the schedule. Shit, hell, they can't.
You don't think the football team ain't that the football team right?
And they have a good defense too. So I have to base off defense. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 defenses that I said is pretty decent. Oh, my defense is okay, but we turn the ball over too much. I'm gonna give them 14-3, man.
I think the football team could get them. I think somebody in the division might get them.
Somebody's gonna get them. Who's gonna get them?
Somebody can get them, man. Hey, Carolina might come out there and skin them up, man.
Year, Saints beat them twice in the regular season last year, bro.
That last year.
That was last year.
We still got most of our squad there too.
Y'all had can't guard Mike last year. No, y'all didn't.
That's the thing. People keep saying that we had an old wash Drew Brees, no can't guard Mike, and we still beat them 38-3.
Y'all had Alvin Kamara and Jared Cook.
Come on, man.
Jared
Cook.
Did you just bring up Jared Cook?
He just bring up names now.
Oh, don't bring up Jared Cook, bro.
Yeah, I know he was on my fantasy. I know, man. I had him in the other dude. I'm just saying. I don't know. What you going, Avery? 15-2?
Nah, man. I'm 14-3. I'm staying where I'm at, man. Go ahead.
I understand what you mean, bro. It's I done put the wrong daggone thing down here. 14-3, my fault. All right, what you got, Chuck?
I give them 13-4. I think the Rams can get them. I think the Bills can get them.
Yeah.
I honestly think because it's a division game, I'm with Damian. I think they can split. I think the Saints can get them one time. Then I think it's going to be another game somewhere where it's just something just don't happen. It's like 13-4. So I give them 13-4.
All right, what you got, James?
Here we go. This fully.
I got them 15-2. I think they lose to probably the Rams because they got to go to the Rams, and maybe somebody else. They play Chicago at home. They play
the Dolphins.
They play the Dolphins at home too, don't they?
They don't play first cousins?
No, they play the Dolphins at home too. So I definitely think they're gonna lose to the Rams, maybe New England, because the team might be too hyped because they go to New England. But somewhere else they might lose. I say to the Saints. I said 15-2.
The Bills might pop it, maybe.
They play the Bills at home too.
I don't think you can always count on that at home.
Raylan, what?
I do. I count a lot.
Oh, he going with the Max Kellerman defense, saying he's gonna see the cliff this year.
Well, he's been cliffing the last two. He just got.
I do think he's gonna decline some more.
Yeah, he's on the decline.
But he still got the weapons and there's so much protection, bro. Like it's insane.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they return all. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they return all 22 starters from last year's team. Like, I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, what you got? What you got, Danny?
14-3, and I don't think they lose after Thanksgiving. I mean, I think the last potential loss is Washington. I think the game right before, I think November 14th is Washington. And I don't see them losing any of the final 8 games of the season. The only way they lose after Thanksgiving is when they rest players for Brady, because the division will be over with at Thanksgiving. Like, I think they'll already clinched the division by then. So they're going to play for the bye. They might lose one of those final 4 games, but 14-3. Even if Brady has even a slight decline, they have a running game. They have a really good defense, and they have 2 of the top 7 or 8 wide receivers in football with Gronk. It's 14.
OJ Howard coming back
with Antonio Brown.
Yeah, Antonio Brown, OJ Howard. I mean,
nasty, bro.
They got Bray, even Scotty Miller. The y'all keep
Jones.
They just have everything. Kyle Trask get playing time this year is not because Brady gets hurt. That should tell you something.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you that. Yeah, for sure.
What you got, Damian?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 13-4. I can see them maybe Buffalo. I think they do lose one to the Saints. Just good division rival right there. And the reason they beat us in the playoffs last year was Drew Brees' arm dissolved right in front of us in the playoffs. So it wasn't like it was Tom Brady going off. He had like 199 yards passing in the game.
Trash.
Yeah. So it wasn't that.
Killed y'all, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was turnovers that killed us in that game. Even, like Brady's had, like you said, Avery, Brady hasn't been, prime Brady for a while, but he's had these teams around him like this.
Right.
So the fact that he has this team again, even if he does decline some more, it's still going to be super good. So, yeah, I'm going to go 13-4. I think one division matchup, Buffalo maybe. LA, I'm not sure about LA because they did lose some secondary players there. I don't think that defense is going to be as good as it was last year. So that's one of the reasons they had to get Stafford, because they had Goff this year with this defense. We would have saw a major drop off for LA, but Stafford, I think, will help them kind of stay at that same level. So 13-4, I'm going to go for the Bucs, though.
And no running game.
Facts.
Oh, Akers is out. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Henderson got hurt too.
Oh, yeah.
The backer got hurt too.
Yeah, he got hurt too.
Yeah. So look, Brady's the best short. I'll call him short field Brady, bro. You give him a short field, he's scoring. Period.
All right, we got the Falcons.
Lord.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
Got Kyle Pitts, traded Julio Jones. What you got, James?
Let me schedule. Nah,
For the schedule.
I got 4 and 13.
Oh my goodness. He's so disrespectful.
What is up with this dude? Hey, put that pacifier back in, mom. Put it back in, man.
Beat the Eagles. I always wanted to beat the Eagles. Lost. Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, since you mentioned it, since you mentioned the Eagles, somebody has a message for you that I wanted to share with everybody, so that way they can see it, man. We'll be right back, y'all.
So, typically when I'm on this show, I like to wear sports arena gear because I want to promote my brand and do what I do. However, every once in a while, every now and again, I have to go back into my roots and the other side of me, the side that most people don't like. The Philadelphia Eagles side of me has to come out, especially when Cowboy fans like to call me or just say my team ain't what they're supposed to be. Now, listen, Mike is my brother, 12 years, going strong. I love him like no other, and he knows that. Mike knows at the end of the day, I'm going to run through a brick wall for him. You mess with Mike, you mess with me. Megan's my girl. You already know this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know the name Megan Price, get used to knowing that name because she's about to be bigger and better and blowing up. Everything that she's done in 1 year, please. But there is one particular Cowboy fan that I have to address because, see, he liked to duck and hide every once in a while. And then he want to throw little things out here and there, hoping that I ain't going to pick up on it. Now, see, I said this once and I'm going to say it again. The E in James E. Harris stands for Eagle. He a closet Eagle fan. He ain't going to tell you that, but he a closet Eagle fan. You can come on, say it again every Tuesday night with your Cowboys gear and talk about Cowboys going to this, Cowboys going to that. James, watch your lips. Because when you speak about my team, see, now I got to check you. See, I had to go back and look at some things. Now, James, here's what I'll say about the Dallas Cowboys. Not you per se, but that damn team that I can't stand, Dallas. You currently hold the record with our series. Since 2000, if you take the games that we have played, we are only up on the Dallas Cowboys by 3 games. That's it. From 2000 till down. But James, here's what you're forgetting. Y'all are only relevant because of Jerry Jones. That's the only reason that the Dallas Cowboys stay relevant year in and year out. If Jerry didn't have that beautiful playpen called Jerry World and that $1 billion, guess what? The Dallas Cowboys would be just as irrelevant as Alex Fleming thinks the Cleveland Browns are. But James, 5-12, that's what you're going to give us? Okay, that's fine. You give us 5-12. But make no mistake about it, my brother. September 27th is the first time we see your ass. And guess what? We come into Jerry World. Now, whether we win our first 2 games or we don't, we got Atlanta, we got San Francisco. I'll go out and say 1-1 because we're going to whoop up on Atlanta. We got some payback for them. San Francisco, y'all's defense might not be able to handle Jalen Hurts. I don't know this, but it's our home opener. So I got to think that we might actually pull out that W. But James, let me be very clear, my brother. If we are 0-2 coming to Dallas on Monday night, read my lips and look into my eyes when I tell you this. You are getting an ass whooping from start to finish. You remember 4th and 26? You remember 44-6? Hey, James, get ready. Because the 215 is coming to Jerry World. And I guarantee we will not lose Monday Night Football. Book it. I'm going to see you September 28th on Say What, Say It Again. I done cleared my schedule. I'm coming on the show. Ty just heard this right now. I'm coming on Say What, Say It Again Tuesday, September 28th. And James Eagle Harris, you better show your ass up.
This is ridiculous. Eagle, man, this is.
Hey, listen, I've never.
I'm gonna James talk about say something. James, go ahead, man.
One Super Bowl.
Shout out to my boy E, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Love his enthusiasm for 4-11-1 team, baby. That's how you do it.
Y'all see that fire coming out his nose?
Hey, boy.
Hey, you got to be coming in for a 4-11 team that's got a new coach and got rid of their quarterback and don't even know who their starting quarterback is. Want to give a shout out to them Eagles? 5-2. My bad.
Hey, you know what? The crazy thing is, I heard the joint. I don't remember hearing the 49ers slander. Now I'm about to check him. But
I heard it, man.
He took a couple of shots in that joint.
He took a
shout out to Edo, man.
That was got real smoky, man. My man brought all the smoke just now.
I was saying that was the best 4-13 wrestling promo I've ever seen in my life.
Man, James, he went and filleted your behind. Yeah,
but what? So here's the question: if they lose, they're going to show up.
Cowboys Stadium on Monday Night Football. You think we about to lose?
He'll show up, man. He'll show up.
He'll show up with a paper bag over his head, like
I mean, man, that's like a wrestling promo. Like he's ready to fight.
He had his half word.
You peeped that, Avery. You peeped the hat.
Bro was ready to go.
Man.
He was ready to take off the polo. He probably had eagles on his chest with the bird. Bro was not playing.
I mean, too bad he'll be 0-2 going into that game because week 1 in Atlanta, he ain't winning that one.
Oh, man.
Shout out to E, man. Both might be 0-2 going to that game. Somebody got to win. Shout out to E, man.
All right, so James said 4-13. What you got, Avery?
I said 5-12, didn't I?
Oh, you said 5-12? My fault.
Listen, what made me go down when they picked up Josh Rosen, bro. I know career over there. Josh Rosen. The Lions. I'm gonna say they get one from the Saints.
What? Stop it.
I count divisions. The Jets. Oh man. Jaguars. I'm gonna say the Cowboys, depending on what Dak look like. That defense still trash.
Bro. Chill, bro.
Your defense is trash.
Our defense not that trash, and we got.
You're right. Yeah. It's not trash. It's a landfill.
You talk a lot of notes for a team
it's a landfill. You're right.
It's double-digit losses the last 4 years, bro. Come on, man. Stop talking, man.
We eliminate.
Just stop running your lips, man.
We eliminate you last year, buddy.
Just stop running your lips, man.
We eliminate you last year.
Your team was always double-digit losses.
Watch it. We eliminate you last year, buddy.
The last what? 7 out of 8 years.
We
Y'all been
eliminated you last year,
man.
buddy.
Let that go, bro. You
Three
trash, bro.
playoff wins since 2000.
57 and 87 in the last 9 years, bro.
Hey,
57 and 87. Let it go,
cool.
bro. You trash, bro. Stop
You want to
talking.
keep going with the numbers? You want to keep
Keep
going?
going,
07,
bro.
11? When the last time have you been to the
Trash, y'all
NFC
trash. That's all you do. Your team is currently terrible.
You have nothing else to say.
One of the
That's
worst
it.
teams in
The only time you talk is when you say this.
bro. Now, 9 years,
Go ahead.
57 and 87. Are you
That's all you
serious?
got?
You be woofing like your team is really
That's
something,
all
bro.
you got.
You're trash. 4 years in a row, double-digit losses. Trash, bro. Get this guy out of here, man. He be talking like his team is really like that. His team is trash, bro.
Did we eliminate you last year?
His team is trash.
Did we eliminate you?
His team is out of division one time. Get out of here, man.
Hold on, one more time.
Get out of here.
Did we eliminate you last year?
Washington won out of division. They eliminated us. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Hey, look.
5 and 12, man.
All right, so they put
You
them
both
two
of
on
them.
and we gotta put them two on timeout, bro. They love talking about that NFC East, boy. Goodness gracious, man. Hey, Charles, what you got, man? We gotta get goodness gracious, man. We gotta go back and get Avery because he still ain't get his daggone prediction, man.
Man, forget James. 8 and 8 behind. 8 and 9. 7 and 12. You go 2 and 4
prediction, man.
Tyrus, 5 and 12. I'm good. It's bum behind. Bum division.
Man, get this man out of here, man. This is prediction, man. He be woofing, man. Y'all gotta take this dude, man. He always woofing. Career over for the Giants, bro. Like,
we're over guys.
get us out of here, man.
I can't wait to
get him off the screen. Career over for every this team, man.
5 and 12. Go ahead, Tyrus. I'm tired of listening to that.
My bad. Bro.
Thanks your bad bum team. Let's go, man.
Hey man, Chuck,
always selling me out too online. Come on, man.
Every year we gotta hear this nonsense.
Hey, y'all two gotta chill,
I
man.
wouldn't say what said again, bro. We go online. He be always dogging me, man. Come on, man. Get this guy out of here.
This is why I'm soaking it in because we don't get this James often, bro. I'm loving it. I ain't
Come on, man. Get this guy out of here, man.
James don't even go in here hardly never say nothing, bro. That's why I'm like,
because he know Dallas is hot trash. Go ahead, Tyrus.
But we spending so much. Y'all won't stop talking.
My fault, Danny, man. My fault, Damian. My fault.
Go ahead, Chuck. What you got, man? We can't even get the goodness gracious.
okay, a Falcons. I think they get. I think they can get the Eagles. They get the Jets. They can either beat the Giants or the football team. One or the other. I think they win one of those games.
That Jets game in London too.
They beat the Jaguars. They beat the Lions. Damian, I get what he's saying. Division games are just different, bro. Like even though they shouldn't win, the division games, I think they might split with the Saints. Just the division games are just crazy. So I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna go 7 and 10.
Okay,
7 and 10.
I got 6 and 11, man. I like their offense. I like Kyle Pitts. I think he'll be pretty good to come for years to come. I think 6 and 10. I think that's fair. All right, Damian, what you got?
I'm gonna go 5 and 12. Searching for any type of positivity to say about Atlanta at all. Just looking at their squad, I'm not believing their coach. My man had a 2,000-yard rusher, and they try to act like he's offensive genius now. You got Derrick Henry running the ball for you, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's gonna bring this offense, this new innovative offense to Atlanta to help him out when their defense is still trash, not gonna be able to stop anybody." So, and I understand what you guys saying about division games, but we beat them twice last year with Taysom Hill at quarterback. Like, I don't see them beating us at all, especially if we got Jameis playing well. Like, I don't see them touching us at all. They're not going to touch the Bucks. They might get one from Carolina. So our division, I can see them going 1 and 5 in the division and getting some other games in there, like you said, Eagles, Jets, some other games in there. So I'm gonna go 5 and 12 to be somewhat generous to the Falcons, but I don't see them playing too well at all.
All right, Danny, this is your squad.
Yes.
9 and 8.
Where?
They're 9 and 8. And here's the difference. Atlanta lost 5 games last year by 5 points with Dan Quinn, who's now going to Dallas to be a defensive coordinator. Have fun with that.
Quinn, that's his job. That's what he do. He ain't no good head coach. He's a good coordinator now.
Yeah, sure. But you go look at the Falcons' defense the last 10 years under Dan Quinn. Only one time has been sub 20.
Head coach now.
It's only one time has been under the sub 20, and that's the Falcons got to the Super Bowl because Matt Ryan was the league's MVP. The one thing Atlanta will not do this year compared to last year is they will not give games away. Atlanta lost 3 times last year when they were literally in games where they should have won. The Dallas game, which was unexcusable. The Detroit game, which was unexcusable because Todd Gurley didn't seem to fall down the 1 yard line. Dallas, I said we couldn't stop Dallas, and then the Bears with Mitch Trubisky almost getting his starting quarterback job in that game. Atlanta has weapons everywhere. Okay, Calvin Ridley is going to turn into a number 1 receiver, and what Arthur Smith does best is run with 2 tight ends, and Atlanta has, guess what, 2 really good tight ends, Hunter Hurst and Kyle Pitts. I think the defense will be a little bit better than it was last year. I'm not expecting big things from the defense, but I don't think it's going to be 27th in the NFL this year. So 9-8. The only drawback is Atlanta only has 7 home games this year, only 7 games inside of Mercedes, because the 8th game is in London, which is a very, very bad disadvantage for the Falcons because you kind of need home field advantage. So I think they go 5-5 on the road, 5-2 at home. They finish. I'd say 5-2 at home and 4-6 in a row, so they finish 9-8 because they will beat the Saints because the Falcons always find a way to beat the Saints.
They didn't last year with Taysom Hill at quarterback twice.
Yeah, but don't forget we kicked Drew Brees' ass a few times when he was healthy. Not broke arm Drew Brees. And don't worry, put that Saints schedule up there. It's my turn now.
Okay. Like you said that as if I'm scared about it.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. This Falcon slater is going to stop.
As you asked, here it is.
What a game! What an opener! Ooh, Jesus!
But Dallas
tough opener. Yeah.
All right, so who goes first?
Go ahead. You say it was your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing I have with the Saints. We could all look at all the pretty passes Jameis Winston threw last night against the Jacksonville Jaguars in a preseason game. But I was at the first preseason game in Baltimore when they booed Jameis Winston off the field. All right. Here's the problem the Saints have. Sean Payton is resting his laurels on Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. One quarterback who will throw interceptions left and right. Let's not forget this man threw 30 interceptions in a 5,000-yard passing season because the Buccaneers were playing from behind the majority of the season. Michael Thomas is still not healthy, and Michael Thomas only works effectively with quarterbacks who can get him the football accurately on short routes. That's not Jameis Winston. The Saints have issues all over the field. Alvin Kamara is the only thing that this offense can make plays, and to be honest with you, the schedule doesn't break in their favor. You open the season with Green Bay. You've got to travel to Washington and Seattle in back-to-back in 3-week span. Don't sleep on the Patriots game. You still got to go to Tennessee. You still have to play the Bucs twice. Atlanta normally wins at least one of those 2 games. You got to play at Buffalo. So to be honest with you, the Saints have taken a step way back, 6-11, and that's me being nice about it. Winston's going to get killed, and guess what? He won't make it to midseason if he's a starting quarterback because he'll intercept his way right out of the offense. 6-11, and I'm being generous, Damian. Like you, I'm being generous. 6-11.
You also predicted that last year when you won the NFC South for the 4th time in a row. Okay.
Did y'all win the division last year?
We did.
Congratulations.
Last year.
It'll be the last one you win for a while. But continue.
Hey, that's fine. When the last time y'all won a division? Thank you.
Yikes!
When was the last time y'all won division?
The year we got the Super Bowl.
And we know what happened there. So.
I'm sorry. You had to go pick up a reject quarterback that steals crab legs from Publix. I'm sorry. Because nobody wanted to go to New Orleans to play quarterback. What? I'm sorry. Listen, it's okay your team's in salary cap hell. It's okay that you had to cut players and you had to lie to Taysom Hill to give him $140 million. You had to lie to him because his contract ain't guaranteed. So
he knows that. If he didn't know that, it's his fault. If he didn't know what his contract is, that's all on him.
You lied to him, basically kind of deceived him, just like the Saints always do, because you can't trust nothing in New Orleans. Just like Zion Williamson, you go down in flames, 6-11. I'm done.
Okay.
All right, what you got, James?
9-8. Yeah, I gotta go with 9-8. They play a lot of tough road games, man. Seattle, Tennessee, even up there in Philly, Washington. But it all just depends on the quarterback, Jameis Winston, man. What he can do. If he can sling it, give him 30 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, they'll be all right. But it's all Jameis Winston. I ain't too keen with Taysom Hill, just not. But I said 9-8.
Got you 9-8. I think I'm gonna go pretty much the same. I think it'll be real close to 9-8 or 8-9. I think it'll be either or. I don't like a lot of the pieces they lost on defense because I know last year they lived by that defense a lot. Even when Taysom Hill was in those games, he wasn't that electric, but that defense kind of carried them through some of those games. What you got, Avery?
I like their defense. I'm a Jameis believer. Yeah, he turned the football over, but he still had like 33 touchdowns, 5,000. I agree, Danny, that they were down a lot and they had, probably garbage yards. He looked good last night, but yeah, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I am a Jameis believer. I think they're gonna go 10-7, man.
All right, what you got, Chuck?
I'm gonna go 8 and 9. Because I mean, my biggest thing is even if Jameis Winston, like really, if Michael Thomas is hurt, Emmanuel Sanders gone, who is he really throwing the ball to? That's what I'm just like. I mean, I get it because like you banking on Traquan Smith or you banking on Deontay Harris. Like I don't, even if he plays well, I'm like, who's gonna be that electric to get that's gonna really be that open or be that dynamic if you don't have none of those guys. I don't know who that's gonna be. And I hope they don't get Alvin Kamara hurt and trying to run him in the ground. So, I'm gonna go 8 and 9 because I just don't know. So I'm gonna go 8 and 9.
All right, what you got, Damian?
Going 11-6 this year, and I want to make an appearance after we win our 10th game. I want to make an appearance on Say It Again, so I can reiterate my point. All right. So
we might have a lot of guest football season, bro.
For sure, right?
So the reason I still believe in the Saints, Jameis Winston was the first overall pick for a reason. He threw 5,000 yards for a reason. Talent's there, right? And you talk about the preseason game against the Jags. It's preseason, but it's still NFL throws. Those throws he made to Marquez Callaway, those are very few quarterbacks can make those throws. All right. And if anybody can get the bad decision making out of Jameis Winston, it's Sean Payton. So if you get Jameis Winston with that arm talent to stop making bad decisions, now he's never going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's never going to have a season where he throws 4 interceptions. So he's going to have 10 plus interceptions. I accept that. But if he's below 15, like James said, and can ball out, and our defense is still going to be good. We still can get to the passer, which is the main thing. If you can rush the passer, your secondary is going to be okay. So our defense is going to be good. We still got one of the best linebackers in the game in DeMario Davis. And Sean Payton can scheme up good offensive game plans to use weapons we do have. Callaway is going to emerge this year. Traquan Smith is going to emerge this year. Deontay Harris last year in the playoffs against the Bears emerged. So we've already seen a little bit of sample of what he can do on offense. And Alvin Kamara, we all know, is one of the top backs in the league. Our offense is going to be good. Offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the league. So you could protect Jameis. He's not having pressure in his face all the time. That's one of the things that makes him throw his picks is having pressure in his face. So no pressure in his face, better decision making because of better coaching. A year behind Drew Brees learning. He's going to be way better this year, taking a quantum leap this year for Jameis Winston. Defense is still going to be good. 11-6. You heard it here first. It's going to be our first time losing the division in the past 5 years. But it's definitely not going to be the Falcons taking it. So I'm fine with that. But we're going to be all right. We're going to make the playoffs at 11-6 this year.
Hey, Damian, quick question. In that 5,000-yard year, how many interceptions did Winston throw in the fourth quarter?
You tell me. I don't know.
He threw 10, 3 pick sixes in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Turnovers will get you killed in the NFL. It will get you killed because you don't have a receiver you don't have anything that looks like Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, a wide receiver.
That's my thing.
He didn't have Mike Thomas last year though.
No. In that 5,000-yard year, he had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he threw all the he threw 10 picks
and Brady and OJ Howard.
He had 10 picks in the first quarter and 10 picks in the fourth quarter, where money time is.
Well, so Dallas don't know nothing about the money time.
So you play stupid games, you pay stupid prizes. Winston will cost you games in the fourth quarter because decision making. Because he's and guess what? 6-11. Like I said, Damian, we'll make a bet on air. If somehow that you guys beat the Falcons twice, I'll wear a Saints jersey.
Oh my.
Oh.
But
That's the bet.
since you went through it twice,
I've never
there's a
wearing
Kyle
a
Pitts
Giants
jersey waiting
jersey.
for you. There's a Kyle Pitts jersey waiting for you.
So if they go
Now
1-1, the bet's off, or each team has to win twice for the
No,
other person.
the bet's off if we split. But if one team wins twice, we wear the other jersey. We'll post it on Facebook.
Okay. No, I'm down. Bet. Virtual handshake. Yeah.
Hey, James and Avery, y'all should do the same thing since y'all want to run your lips.
Mine will be the playoffs that he won't do it. He knows when they get in the playoffs, it's over. So
No. I'm talking about your team versus your team. I ain't talking about playoffs and none of that.
Oh, I am. That's all he talks about.
No,
that's all he talks about. Them winning the Super Bowl. That's all I want. I don't care about the win. I'm talking about him in the playoffs. That's what you talk about. You run them dolphin lips. That's all you talk about, bro. You win the Super Bowl every year. I win the Super Bowl. Get skin up. I win the Super Bowl. Get skin up. I win the Super Bowl. Get skin up.
Good talk.
My fault. Hey,
David,
my fault, man.
My
bad, man.
To this. Come on, man.
No, they brought me in.
Look, you're right.
Don't put the word dolphin in y'all foolishness, man.
What you about to say, Damian?
My fault.
One last point on Jameis. Danny brought up how fans booed him at the Baltimore game. The interception that he threw was tipped up by the receiver and caught by the safety. That's going to happen sometimes. So it was cool. He hasn't made a bad decision in these games yet. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at his decision making. And none of these passes have been super bad decisions to where you're looking at like, oh my God, this is the same Jameis that threw 30 interceptions. So from what I'm seeing, we can keep those turnovers down and he can have an awesome year for us.
David, you can throw 2 touchdowns against the Jaguars secondary.
Not those. I can't throw passes that he threw. I can't throw those.
Nah, those are great passes and catches, though.
It's the Jaguars. Miss me on that one.
All right, so look, for the second time, this is what we're going to do. Instead of doing top 5 wide receiver, tell me who is the best wide receiver, your number 1 wide receiver in the NFL right now, currently. What you got, Danny?
DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is just he eclipsed everybody in the league. He's a perfect combination of size, speed, get open, can go get it. And maybe it's the dreadlocks. The dreadlock powers can activate, but he's the best in the game. This man's caught passes from Deshaun Watson. He turned Kyler Murray into a star, so he's the best in the game. I got Hopkins.
What you got, Avery?
Everything Danny said. Yep.
Chuck, I believe Chuck got somebody different. What you got, Chuck?
Yeah, you know who Chuck got. We know who Chuck got.
Oh man.
Will Fuller.
It's only 2 of them. That's Adams or Hopkins.
I mean,
what? You don't think Diggs is in the conversation?
I do. I think he's in the conversation because he's the only reason Josh Allen relevant to me.
Nah, I agree with that, brother.
He is
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
I'm a pick with my mind instead of my heart. I'm gonna agree with y'all. Because I believe I don't know what Adams would look like without Rodgers. That's my biggest thing. So I want to say Adams, but I just don't know what he'll look like without Rodgers, and I don't know if we'll ever see that. But I'm gonna just go with Hopkins. I want to say Adams bad though, because I really like Adams.
What you got, Damian? Can't guard Mike.
Nah, not right now. He was at one point, but not right now. I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs. You guys brought up the fact that he was the reason Josh Allen took that quantum leap. When you look at his route running, his ability to catch the ball, his ability to go up and catch the ball as well. I was the victim. The Saints were the victim of one of his biggest catches of him going up and getting the ball. When you think about the Minnesota Miracle. So when you look at Stephon Diggs, he can do everything and elevates the QB play. I think he's one of the reasons that Kirk Cousins, or First Cousins as you call him, looked good for some years. So I'm going with Stephon Diggs as my number 1 receiver.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I'm torn between the 2, man. Stephon Diggs, or Hop, man. I feel like you can't go wrong with neither one. The one advantage I think Hop does have is he's just bigger. He's more of a bigger receiver, but I just something about Diggs, man, that I just like. So I'm gonna go Diggs too. But I don't think you can go wrong with neither of the 2. And I think even if you throw Adams or if somebody said Hill, I don't think they could be wrong, because I think he's the most explosive receiver in the league. But I think, if they had one of those 4 guys, you can't be upset. You know what I mean? So, Avery, what you got for me? Mr. Career over. What you got, man?
We talked about it yesterday, man. I mean, I'm sick of this, man. Career over for this Shari Richardson mess, man. They're the same people out there was cheering, mad about the Olympics, talking about, oh, it's just weed and all that. She comes back, probably had a layoff, gets knifed. Now we got all this bashing. So we quick to lift somebody, then all of a sudden want to drop them to the bottom of the earth. So everybody out there running lists about Sha'Carri Richardson, man, they probably can't go 20 yards, go fetch a donut. All right. So it's ridiculous. And then if you race her, bro, you can't beat her. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Period, point blank. You are the same people up there, big, look like the Michelin man. No daggone well they can't go out on that track and do anything with that girl. I just can't. I can't stand it. You lift her high. Oh, the weed Olympics. She gets smoked. She got smoked. Let's get it clear. She got smoked. But I'm not gonna go on there and just bash her because after the race she's emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Career over all the people, and you can come get me. Come and hit my inbox. If you want to check me, bro. Career over.
Oh man, yeah, that was whack though.
Your boy Ray Lynn, man. Here he go. All right. So yeah, man. So like I say, man, we got my boys Damian and Danny on the show. Damian, where can the folks find you at? I see you got it on the bottom, but talk to them. Tell them where they can find your stuff at.
So yeah, you can find all my stuff on social media at The Real Deal WDA. That's on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram. I just joined TikTok, so I'm the old man on TikTok now, putting videos on there as well. So everything's at that handle. My podcast is called The Real Deal with Damian Adams. You can find it on any podcast platform. I do it each and every week. And I also host another podcast called The Third and Three Podcast, which we do live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to the Third and Three podcast page and follow or like. You'll be able to check us out on there. Tomorrow we have Gus Farrat coming on to join us. So go ahead and check that out. So The Real Deal with Damian Adams and the Third and Three podcast. Please check those two podcasts out and follow me on all social media platforms, man. Thank you again for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, most definitely. Gus Farrat, man. I remember him. I remember Gus Farrat. He used to play for I know he played for the Redskins at one point, yeah. I want to say he was with Minnesota at one point too as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But Gus Farrat, I ain't heard that name in a while. Danny, where can the people find you at?
Guys, it's always a pleasure coming on the show, especially talking with Avery. But you can find the show Beyond the Buzzer Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Facebook, YouTube. Also, my work at the 3pointconversion.com, covering the NBA for the Charlotte Hornets and the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury. And my NBA podcast will debut on September 8th. I'm really excited about that. Got guests coming left and right, but kind of hush-hush about that until the show debuts. So, as always, Ty and fellas, it's always a pleasure being on here.
Most definitely. And
shout out to
Jason Fearman. Me and him doing the show Thursday. Me, him, and Mike Pat, and we doing the show, little 49ers before the season talk, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna cover some other stuff too, man. But like I said, man, I appreciate you guys coming on. You know, y'all guys like family, man. Anytime y'all want to hit me up and pop up, you know, Danny, anytime you want to pop up and handle Avery for me, you know, that would be greatly what's the problem, Avery?
Every time Avery loses fantasy football, Avery gonna see my face like it's Candyman.
Boy, you something else, man. You are something else, man. Be losing every year and still running them daggone lips. My goodness. Sound like James over there.
Hey, James, he coming at you this show.
Your man Eric coming at me, man. Eric done made it.
Cause we sick of you, man. All you do is run your lips about the Cowboy. We sick of you.
That's right, baby. That's what we love, baby.
He told me he had something to say to somebody on Say What. I thought he was going to say something to Avery because Avery did him for career over last week. I thought he was going to get Avery. And when he came on and started talking about James, I said, wow. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. But, you know, nevertheless, like you say, you know, shout out to E, man, my guy E, Sports Arena, Monday and Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. So we'll see y'all in the week. Catch us in the streets. Peace.